On the 7th of March, a big series of updates were put through in a plan that led to the advertisers boycotting ads on YouTube and to a certain extent reducing the revenues within Google search as well. It's also hit Twitter minorly and some of the other social media. And basically what it is the legacy media has decided to go at the alt media. So it's media versus media, another two tribes battle here that's shaping up.
So
chaos
the
language
mainstream
everywhere.
media is trying to whack the alt media, like, USA Watch.
No, not trying. They've already done that in the sense that they've demonetized almost all videos on YouTube. YouTube is redoing their algorithm down to the very bottom. There have been tens of thousands of YouTube people that made a living on it that have now essentially been fired. And it's even worse than that because they don't know if they've been fired. They just know they don't have any money coming in, and they've been told that this will fluctuate for months. They say weeks, but it's actually months. And the YouTube people just do not know how to survive. So I've been contacted by some of these individuals that are in their 20s, and this is their first business crisis. One guy that contacted me in a just a terrible state is 23 years old and has employees. He's got 11 people, members of his family and friends that work for him, and all of a sudden his revenue was flatlined, and he won't be able to make payroll at the end of the very next month. And so this is his first business crisis, and he's effectively been fired from his revenue stream. No warning in any of this, and he's actually a collateral damage. He's not a racist site. He's perfectly advertiser friendly. He tries to be a very good YouTube citizen, and so it does not matter. If you're not legacy media, if you're not one of the big brand name broadcast media conglomerates, then your advertising has been hit.
And this is mainstream media is doing this because they're getting whacked, so they're fighting
Correct.
back. So the Empire Strikes Back is what they're doing. They've had enough
Correct.
of them having their business model cut into. So the alt media has been hurting the mainstream media.
The mainstream media was dying, and it has nothing to do with the alt media. The fact that the mainstream media is dying has to do with you had to be trained in a generation to watch that stuff in order to be a consumer of that media. Everybody that is beyond a certain generation behind me was never trained that way, so they don't like it. They're never going to adapt to it, and the legacy media just doesn't get this. It thinks it's a contest between it and alt media. Alt media could go away, and legacy media is still going to die because none of the millennials, the post-X generations, care to waste their time with it. And most of them, especially if you're under 16, you know that they all lie. And so why bother at all? So the legacy media is effectively dead because there will be no new generation to pick up newspapers or Wall Street Journal or broadcast television or any of this. They're just not going to pick it up. It's not going to go forward. And so they will die anyway. Unfortunately, they see it as a battle, and they've decided to try and take on in their death throes, try and take on what they saw as their opposition, which is the alt everything. And in the meantime, in doing that, they hit everybody that was not alt-right or alt-political on the spectrum in the YouTube advertising. So all the people with gaming sites, with health sites, with body tip sites, fashion sites, they're all dying simply because of the mechanism, the underlying paradigm of the legacy media is kill the advertising for everybody and eliminate it. So they're willing to basically burn everything in the field in order to get the mice and the rats, as they see it, that they don't like. And they're more than willing to have that collateral damage.
YouTube's demonetizing videos. The progressive, just the news people on YouTube. I thought it was just progressives. It's just news people. Turns out left and right. Because we tell the truth about stuff. Because we're not subservient to a corporation. We're just content providers. I don't have a sales team to get advertising. I never talk to an advertiser. But guess what? Right at the start of World War III, and when YouTube's rolling out their YouTube TV, all of a sudden, we're not getting monetized. People say, every once in a while, people say, Jimmy, I saw a commercial on one of your videos. Yeah, the revenue that we're supposed to be making is nowhere near what we're supposed to be making. It's not sustainable. And they know that, and they're doing it to everybody. I'm not going to stop making videos. You are supporting our show through our Patreon, through our premium program, buying T-shirts, using our Amazon link. I don't have. I feel assured that you will support this show.